afternoon, Professor. So looking at week 5, we were supposed to spawn and destroy. I watched your video about it, and that spawned up a couple different ideas for me. What I'd originally done is spawned a bunch of Weavelos, and then had an asteroid fall from the sky and destroy them, but it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, so I went more towards what your video showed for now. Let's go ahead and hit play. So this is a jump pad that I used from a previous video. I just went ahead and set up some boxes on it. So when you step on it, it spawns the Weavelos in a bounding box, similar to what you had shown in your videos. And the pad changed from green to red, so the next time you step on it, it plays the explosion sound and destroys all the Weavelos in the box, and resets itself to green. Alright, let's look at the code behind it. Come down here to the content drawer. Let's see, BP spawn. So over here you can see my blueprint jump pad, but here's the spawn one. All right. On component overlap, I do a flip-flop. That's how I do the change from one color to the next and spawning or destroying. Okay. The for loop, I only wanted to spawn 5. Um, and went up, set the spawn actor by Wevlos, got the spawn location using the spawn volume random point as you had set up in your video, because that's actually a pretty darn good way of doing it. I've seen several different ways in the past, but I think your way is probably the best one I've seen yet. Go ahead, I add them over to the Wevlos array, and I go ahead and get a location for Wevlos. I'm going to use that location later on for the explosion location. And once the loops, in this case I'm doing a for loop instead of for each loop, so the for loop 5 times. Once it's complete, I go ahead and set the material of the pad back to my material instance jump pad red color. Okay, once it's been changed, the player can redo the collision. Comes down here for each, because I'm pulling from the Wevlos array, so I actually need to go through each iteration. I go ahead for each array element. I'm destroying the actor of that Wevlos array. Once it's complete, I come through, I set the material pad back to the original, which is the green color in this case. I grab that Wevlos location that I set earlier, and I go ahead and place sound at that location. The only way this might cause an issue is if the Wevlos had moved, but when I pulled their array location off of the for each, um, I only when I played the sound up here on the timeline, it actually played it for every single Wevlos that was out there, and it was an extremely loud boom. And I found I actually only wanted to play the explosion sound once. Um, so if I pulled off of here for the location, for the Wevlos location, um, after the Wevlos would be destroyed, it would play after everything was complete, but it wouldn't have the location as it would and pop up an error message saying I'm trying to make a call to Wevlos that no longer exists, and it just caused issues. So I set that Wevlos location earlier on when they spawned, and the only way that would be weird is if you went through and you pushed the Wevlos away from the original spawn location. Let's see. Structure graph, similar to what you had shown in the video. Unreal had originally crashed on me halfway through, so I went ahead and did a early commit while Unreal Engine was closed because I don't want any more of these issues that we had in the past. So I added whatever changes were saved by the system while the window was closed, pushed that, opened it back up, finished creating what I needed, and then went ahead and did the final merge of both of those combined together. Let's see, I think that about wraps it up. Let's double check requirements. Oh, implementation plan. So I actually plan on using this bounding box option uh, for my fuzzies game, and the bounding box will cover the entire stage area within the fences that they'll be able to spawn. I was originally going to use a random float between, negative 200 to positive 200 x, negative 200 to positive 200 y for a square of a 400 x and y range. But the bounding box is a better idea, and I think I'll be using that for spawning the fuzzies within the game. As far as destroying them, when you go up within range, I'm going to add a interact interface. I used that in one of my previous classes, Game 207 class, where you interacted with things through an interface. I really like interfaces. Just haven't really used them in this particular course yet, but I think they're a fantastic way to cut down on code and connect things together. So I'll be setting up an interface when you get within a range of a fuzzy. It'll pop up EE as a user interface option to collect it, and then I'll go ahead and call that destroy actor once that item is collected. All right, that's how I plan on utilizing this. You have a good day. Thanks. Bye.